Hi, I'm Nick Holmes.
And I'm Greg Mackintosh from Paradise Lost.
And you're both listening to and watching Linea Rock.
Welcome to Linea Rock, to Nick and Greg. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Paradise Lost.
Paradise
Welcome
Lost.
to Linea Rock. Okay.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so September 1st, Medusa, the new album.
I believe so, yes.
15th album is coming out.
Yeah.
And will maybe literally get your fans petrified because it's
Good one. I like that.
great album, and actually it's darker in the mood, heavy sound. It's kind of doom monster, we can call it like that.
I like that too. Yeah.
Previous record, The Plug Within, already marked like a back to the roots approach with a strong growl singing, and something that just 5 years ago maybe was absolutely unpredictable, let's say. So Nick, you joined Bloodbath in 2014. Did this have any influence on the mood and sound of Medusa? How would you introduce the album to the fans listening?
I guess finding the style of the vocals, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, because with Bloodbath, there's no other style you can do. You can just do that voice. There's nothing else you can do. So I guess once I did some shows with Bloodbath guys, it definitely, I found my voice, that I remember that I used to do with Paradise Lost. So yeah, it definitely helped shape the voice. But I mean, beyond that, not really, because I used to growl in PL back in the late 80s anyway. So, but my voice has changed to what it used to sound like when I was younger anyway. But it's, I guess it kind of, brought it back again, and the spirit, perhaps.
So second part of the question, how would you introduce the new record Medusa to your diehard fans, to the fans of metal, to everybody?
I would say, I mean, if you've heard every album by Paradise Lost, I would say it's probably closest to the Shades of God album.
Okay.
Our third album, I would say, is an album carrying on from that, but hopefully it's a lot more sophisticated and it's better produced and it's better played than that album. I personally, I don't know, would you say that?
Yeah, style-wise, I'd say somewhere between Gothic and Shades of God era, but with modern touches to it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, lots of expectations around Medusa, this album coming out, and in which way the themes and the sound of the album are related to the mythological figure of Medusa. Why Medusa? And is mythology among your passions, and which is the connection? Because the lyrics are very much into the present. So, but they are the title of the album goes back to the history, so it's quite weird.
Well, I mean, we originally Greg thought the name Medusa because he watched Clash of the Titans, the old film.
Okay.
But
when I'm writing songs, we have working titles for each track, and it's just got to be one word, and it's whatever I'm doing that day. So it's like you see something, you go, oh, this song's
Lawnmower.
Yeah, this song's headphones, and I've just watched Clash of the Titans, so I called the song Medusa and sent it to him. And
but he did. But then I obviously, because we're the same age and we both love that movie. But then I looked at Medusa and what it meant in like mythological terms, and there was like a viewpoint of a nihilistic view of Medusa, which was if to not look Medusa in the eyes is to not realise that the world is rubbish. And I kind of liked that, so I thought, well, that's very kind of Paradise Lost, that. So I thought, well, that kind of, so beyond the Clash of the Titans thing, that kind of made more sense in the Paradise Lost world of lyrics, I guess.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And do you have a passion for mythology or something like that?
Not especially, but I mean, mythology and religion, they're all the same thing to me. It's just the symbols that are involved in mythology, the symbols that are involved in religion, they're all very interesting. And I'm also intrigued in what makes people take religion or whatever they're into, and so I guess beyond that, there's nothing personal that I'm into. I just like to. I'm interested in what other people are into.
Greg stava guardando un film, Clash of the Titans, e allora quello, diciamo, è stato il titolo di lavoro del disco. Poi
the original.
Harryhausen 1973 was
ok, l'originale, quindi il primissimo, quello del 73. Okay, for this album, Medusa, when exactly did you start writing the new song? As is the writing process changed through the years for the band, or you have like a kind of way to work that never changes?
We started writing it not that long ago, actually, because this is the least amount of time we've spent writing an album, I think.
7 months or 8 months max.
Yeah, 7 or 8 months. Well, it's always been me and him doing the writing, but it's changed a little on the last 2 records, because we started a thing where I will send him a piece of music and get him to try out different vocal styles over it, about 4 or 5 different things, and then send it back, and then I'll just kind of play with it like a jigsaw and build something up and then build a track.
Okay.
And that's and it's kind of a faster, more intuitive way of writing, I think. I mean, the last 2 records for me have been kind of easier to write than anything I've done since then.
And did you always work this jigsaw style, or it's quite new?
No,
it's that approach.
I mean, after so many years and so many albums, it's always interesting to find new ways of getting to the ultimate goal. Because I mean, sitting in a room and jamming for 8 hours is really not productive for us. It never has been. We've never really written like that anyway. So it's, I mean, whatever gets you to the ultimate, the song at the end of the day, whatever works, just do it. So it's this kind of different way of writing. I mean, sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes it's more like a traditional writing, where you just sing over the riff and then that stays as it is. But I mean, there's no rules, as long as it's good.
For me, it's good to have as many variations of one song as possible, so you can pick and choose.
Yeah, and you work separately, so you stay your own place. Okay.
Yeah, the internet.
That's right.
The internet. Yeah.
Claudio, listener, is sending a question to us. Actually, in the exact moment where we wanted to ask you the same thing, so it's quite okay. About the new drummer, since
it's a difficult name.
We can't say.
Okay, I hope I pronounce it correct.
Valtteri.
Valtteri.
Okay, Waltteri Väyrynen.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's quite good.
From Finland, so that's why it's very difficult to pronounce. Okay, how did you come up with his name? Why him? And what happened to Adrian Erlandsson?
Well, his mother came up with his name.
That's a good one.
I knew you picked up on that.
I have a side band called Vallenfyre.
Yes.
And Adrian was in that, and he had to leave because he was busy with At the Gates. So I did an online audition for a drummer, and Waltteri got the job. And a couple of years later, same thing happened with Paradise Lost. Adrian just too many bands, So yeah, he just. I mean, we're still friends with Adrian. It's just he's a jobbing drummer. That's his main job, being a drummer. So you have to go where the gigs are, And if we have time off songwriting, he has to go and do shows. So then, so Waltteri got the job in Paradise Lost as well, and he brings down the average age of the band quite well, I think.
Okay, so actually in Vallenfyre, if I actually understood exactly what you said.
New album out soon.
Okay, Waltteri
June 2nd.
is not the drummer in Vallenfyre.
He is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got correctly. So we're talking about Fearless Sky, which is the opener of the record, and which is a song that we had actually the chance to listen to already. It's one of the longest songs in Paradise Lost history. Loud guitars, 8 minutes and a half of pure doom, which actually flows very smoothly, by the way. It's a courageous choice indeed to put a song like that as an opener. Was the choice made since the beginning, and was it to kind of make it clear immediately that what Medusa is all about?
I just think I mean, we usually argue around which song should come first, but with that one, we didn't even really discuss it. It just kind of made sense, you know. I mean, with Gomez, who produced it as well, he thought the same, and we thought so months before that anyway. And yeah, it just didn't even. Strangely enough, it wasn't even an issue. We just thought, well, that's got to be first, you know.
And like you say, it doesn't feel like an 8.5 minute song. It's kind of like it sums up all Paradise Lost musical things all in like one song. So you just go and kind of flows through it. So yeah, I think it's just an interesting first song to me, you know. So.
Just 2 songs have clean vocals on the record: the title track Medusa and The Longest Winter. Great. I read the lyrics of that song, which is very interesting. So they are song number 4 and 5 of 8 songs. They seem to stand apart from the rest of the record, and they appear right in the middle of it as a sort of break. Was that a precise choice, you know, to break the heaviness, or it simply happened like that?
Probably simply happened like that. I don't recall thinking... I mean, sometimes when you do work out trial lists and you think, okay, we have a more acoustic song than a heavy song, but I mean, we didn't actually think, oh, we've got to have clean singing one than a growl song. It didn't really work like that. So.
I mean, we still think, we come from an era where we think in terms of A-side and B-side.
Okay.
So long, you know, I mean, Medusa was...
Side B opener.
Was going to be the side B opener.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, it had to be like that. So we still think like that.
Blood and Chaos sounds like another outsider, in a sense, from the doom, death genre. A great up-tempo song, and the lyrics seems to be the mirror, you know, of the world we are living now. You say that, you know, behind every tragedy there's someone that already suffered, so it's like a circle coming. Why this song came out very differently sound-wise and also lyric-wise, in a sense?
Well, I mean, it's very much like a kind of 2000 era Paradise Lost song, and we thought we'd just kind of shake it up a little bit, or maybe 1997, 1998 kind of thing, the things after Draconian Times that we did, those albums. Right? It's a very similar feel to that kind of era of the band. Okay. So we thought it would kind of completely shake it up, just to put something like that, just kind of throw it in the mix as well, really. That was the main reason. And also the title as well, like Waltteri pointed out, it does sound like a Norwegian black metal band title, which we love that stuff. So
it simply refers to that period, or actually it was written back then?
Well, it was a kind of an experiment, so can we still do this kind of song?
Okay.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, the jury's still out there, but we thought it was worthy enough to go on the album. So
you were talking about this video in particular that doesn't bring back very good memories.
Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, my performance in particular is very lackluster.
Okay.
You know, when I look at it now, we would. That's okay. But I mean, the rest of it,
it's okay.
You could kind of tell I was perhaps a little bit hungover and not that much into it. So
the kid on the bike, riding around on the bike as well, she was really annoying.
Okay.
Yeah, really annoying stage brat.
And she's probably about 30 years old now watching this, but at the time,
It's been 20 years or 15 years since you actually made those videos that we are actually putting on, but you know, everything has changed now. Videos, you can do, you know, whatever you want, even at home with a good camera and so on. Do you have anything in mind, anything special in mind for the new videos for this new album, Medusa? And did you already shot anything?
No, we haven't done anything yet. I mean, whatever we do shoot, we probably won't be in it. That's the thing.
The best videos don't have us in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should stop being in videos after 32. You know, that's just like. I mean, I know we were with the Beneath Broken Earth, but it's very silhouetted and it moves fast. It doesn't stay on us too long.
Okay.
But no. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the Beneath Broken Earth videos are actually really good. I'm surprised how good it is considering. But I don't know. I mean, the budgets are not the same for videos, and also you did videos to get onto MTV because there was no other platform. You had to go on MTV. Now it doesn't really. It's not as important. So it's.
But you have YouTube, which is actually
of course. But
platform.
Yeah, but I mean, like I say, when we did those videos, there was only that. So you had to try and get on MTV, make it commercial, make it blah blah, which was kind of sucked really. But that's what you had to do then. So, I mean, I don't know about a new video, but. We probably won't be in it. That's all I can say.
Okay. About the lyrics, the inspiration is, as I said before, very much about the world of today. And I read the lyrics, and the message I got is that despite religion, cruelty, and death, life in this sick world, we must say, carries on anyway.
Humans that tend to ruin everything.
Exactly.
On the planet, yeah.
But, on some in shape or form, we carry on.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to understand, if your intention is to put an accent on a positive meaning of your, on the lyrics that you wrote, or negative one, which was the approach for you?
I don't like to approach things negatively because it's you don't really need to read negative lyrics, because you could just turn on the news and you got it in front of your face. I mean, especially at the moment. I mean, so I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's if you can, read and then take something from it positive, then great. If you find them negative, then well, that's not necessarily what I meant, but it's still, you get out of them what you want. But I mean. I'm not particularly a negative person, but you can't deny the horrible things that go on in the world, particularly in the name of religion, which is, a veil of, it's just covering up insanity as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I say, some of the things I've written kind of make a lot of sense, especially in what's been going on recently, weirdly enough, even though they weren't about that initially. But I mean, they fit in with, the kind of modern concepts of sort of belief. But I mean, I've written lyrics like this since I was a teenager, it's the same kind of thing, but just from a different age perspective,
Okay.
Yeah.
About The Longest Winter, which is very interesting lyric, and it's about wolves, about Chernobyl.
Well, I mean, it's about, I mean, there's not a great deal of lyrics in the song, so you can only get so deep, but I was sort of inspired by a story I heard about, like I said, the wildlife began to thrive again without any human people ruining it, basically.
But then when the humans came back...
they realised there's some nice juicy wolves and they could hunt them and make money out of it, which kind of says everything, really. I heard that story and I thought it's a fantastic story. I just thought that's so nice, where there's an area 15 square miles where there's no humans getting involved, they're not ruining anything. I mean, there might be radioactive wolves, but still... But still, there was wildlife managing to thrive without anybody else getting involved in it. And I just thought it was a quite nice story. Yeah. But again, there's not a great deal of lyrics in there. You're not going to get that from that. But it kind of springboarded me into thinking about that, really.
Guitar sound tastes very old style on Medusa, but with a modern feeling. And you worked once again at Foggy. They told us there's always fog there. Orgon Studios with Gomez Arellano as a producer, which is the same producer that you use for The Plug Within. Was it very different to work with him compared to working with Jens Borgen, which is another famous name in metal and that you worked with in the past?
Yeah, they're totally different producers, completely different. Jens is very methodical, modern day producer, I guess you could say, where it's kind of all emphasis is on the perfection of it all.
Okay.
With Gomez, he's more of the old style producer where he just wants to get interesting takes and interesting sounds and experiment a bit more, So he has lots of vintage gear and lots of interesting stuff. I mean, the snare drum that was used on Medusa was Dave Grohl's snare drum from when he was in Nirvana.
Oh. Wow.
Which was in a hire company, and he bought it.
Oh, really?
And using this huge, deep snare. So he collects all this vintage gear and likes to experiment, and that's what we wanted to do on this record. We wanted to experiment with guitar sounds, drum sounds.
So The Plug Within, which actually brought you back to the roots, was a huge success, and it was approved both by media and by the fans. Do you expect the same reaction for Medusa? Which are your expectations?
I never have any expectations. You see, you're usually disappointed if you have expectations. So I'm constantly disappointed.
It's hard to say. I mean, you know, if we like it, then we're kind of halfway there.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we can't. If we're unsure, then our fans will definitely be unsure about it. I know that for a fact because we've done enough albums to know that how positive we are about it. Then it does totally. I mean, you know, our fans are very similar, like-minded. They probably grew up listening to the same bands as we did. So I mean, if we're confident, then. You know, quietly confident, then we're kind of halfway there. But you never know. You honestly never know. I mean, you can never be so. You can't get too cocky about these things. You know.
Okay. Giovanni, a listener from Rome, is asking if there's any plan of doing an unplugged record or video or any other video of a new show, and. He says that he was actually at the show with the orchestra that you recorded. He was there and enjoyed it very much. So he's asking if there's more coming.
No.
Okay, sorry.
You didn't plug.
No, I mean it was fun to do it, and it was. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's we haven't really thought about it. I mean, we can never say never about anything because every time we say no, then we do it anyway. So it's you know. I just said earlier that we would never do a video. We're not in the new video. We probably will be in the new video. So I was silly to say that. So I mean, you can never ever say no. So I mean, we haven't any plans, but who knows? You know, if something comes along and we think, oh well, you know.
Okay, so since we're going back in time and through your whole career, how do Paradise Lost of 2017 see Paradise Lost from 20 years ago with the controversial album 1 Second and its electronic experimentation, which was welcomed by some fans but disliked by others? So looking back, which are your feelings about that chapter of your career?
It wasn't as disliked as the album after that.
Okay.
That was the real one. It's a good job the internet didn't exist then, or it would just crash with all the insults coming through from that. It's part of that's how we were then in our minds, and that's how we felt. And when I listen to that now, I don't feel. I couldn't feel regret for anything we'd done because at the time it felt right. So that's we wouldn't have done anything different anyway. So
it was experimentation.
Okay,
it's just trying things out.
Next year will mark 30th anniversary of the band. Do you have any particular plan, show project in mind you're working at to celebrate properly?
We're just hoping to still be alive. At that point,
I'm going to try and put on the same trousers I wore on stage for the first ever concert.
Okay, that would be great.
There's talk about it, but it's everyone else that talks about it because we just carry on doing what we do and enjoying what we do. And
you don't count.
Well, 30 is quite a long time. I don't like to be reminded about it. I mean, the 10th anniversary was quite cool, but then 20.
I remember Slayer doing Decade of Aggression, and I thought, wow, that's really a long time for a band to be together.
Wow.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, 30 years is it's kind of reminding us how old we are, which is probably forget.
So there's nothing to celebrate.
Well, I will say we might go out for a drink as a band.
Okay.
Unlikely.
But please don't shoot a video the morning after.
We'll probably do that as well. We'd never learn, so yeah.
Okay. New album Medusa will be on Nuclear Blast, and right after, of course, there will be a long tour. Do you have any shows already planned, and will you come to Italy as well?
I mean, there's shows coming in all the time. I mean, there's probably at least 60 shows there already we don't even know about.
Okay.
So, but we will definitely come to Italy. Yeah, we'll do Milan and Rome at least those two. So.
And the tour will start right after in September, or it would be October.
The tour's October. It starts right at the start of October, and it's about 8 weeks. Europe for about 8 weeks, and then we go to Australia.
Okay.
And then just get back for Christmas, and then we'll see what happens next year.
Concerning your side projects, let's call it like that. So, is there any plan for you, Nick, in the can with Bloodbath? And for you, Greg, June 2nd, there will be a new Vallenfyre album. Mm-hmm. How do you feel in the vocalist role? Will you ever duet with Nick in Paradise Lost live or in the studio? Since now you know how to do the job.
Yeah, like a death metal ABBA.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
Let's do it.
No.
No.
He does the vocals in Paradise Lost.
Ok. Allora, l'unico cantante dei Paradise Lost resterà Nick, quindi su quello non c'è dubbio, perciò non avrà velleità, insomma, di cantare. And any project for Bloodbath?
We're gonna, I think we're working on a new album, but I don't know when we're going to fit everything in, because obviously the guys are doing Catatonia as well, and Axe is doing Opeth, and so I mean, if we can fit it in, we'll do it at some point. But yeah, we're supposed to be doing it now, but
okay,
we'll whenever we get time, then yeah, we'll try and get something done.
Okay. One listener is writing to us, Alessandro. He wants to know by Nick if it's any difficult to sing in growl after 20 years doing it.
No, I prefer it. It's better.
Abbiamo finito. Thank you very much to Nick, Greg, Nuclear Blast, Simone anche
ringraziamo Simone
lo spazio
per
alle domande. Grazie a coloro che ci hanno seguito. La nostra diretta termina qui con un salto, un tuffo veramente nel passato, perché andiamo al 1991 dall'album Gothic, The Painless. Thank you very much, guys.
Cheers, thank you.